Welcome back, and if you've just joined us, the program is still Good Morning Abuja, and it is coming to you from the Unity Station NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Right about now, we have a very interesting topic of discourse, and we want to talk about World Vegan Day, because every 1st of November is celebrated as World Vegan Day, and we have a nutritionist with us here in the studio for us to talk about it. Help us welcome Eze Ngozi Nnenna to the program. Ngozi, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, and I'm glad to be here.
Yes.
Good morning. So, first question. Are you, no, let's talk about World Vegan Day.
What is it all about?
Then I'll bombard you.
Calm down, one after another. World Vegan Day, what is it all about? Talk to us.
Okay, thank you so much. The World Vegan Day, like you mentioned, is a day set apart to create awareness, in support to those that have a lifestyle of living their lives, eating, and other kinds of lifestyle with avoiding all products that are from animal-based products, with emphasis on food products that are animal-based. They avoid all kinds of foods and food products that are animal-based. Their lifestyle is based on food products that are plant-based sources.
So are you one of us?
Are you sure you can do without me?
Me, I like meat like anything.
Today is not for you.
To a large extent, I won't say that I'm 100% a vegan.
Okay.
But to a large extent,
okay.
People have a very they have a very strict way of eating. Like I've lived with someone who is a vegan, vegetarian, and honestly, the truth of the matter is, I pity the person. The person pities me because
both of you are living in separate worlds.
To me, the food is boring, but he feels it's healthier. It's actually one of my uncles. He feels it's healthier. So, but I don't know. Tell us more about vegetarian foods. Is it really healthier? They're staying away from animal-based products. Is it really healthier? Tell us about it.
Okay, like the vegan diet earlier mentioned is a diet that is 100% plant-based. And these plant-based products, you have the different groups. You have your staples, which comprises of roots and tubers and cereals generally, the energy-giving food. And then you have your legumes, which comprises of all kinds of beans and lentils. Then you have nuts. Then you have your seeds and nuts generally. Then you have your fruits. Then you have your vegetables. And of course, talking about plant-based products, we can look at oil. Palm oil is a plant-based oil. Olive oil is a plant-based oil. And for me, like you just mentioned, it's boring. It depends on the way, food has to do with preparations too. For instance, you also look at what we call the spices. Most of our healthy spices are from plant-based. And we have quite a number of them here in Nigeria. And when you use them to add to your meals, it depends on the way you prepare, because when you look at food, it also has to do with preparations. It also has to do with even the way it's planted. If you plant in the right environment, it will give you a different kind of quality. So I don't think it's boring, but we can discuss further.
It is the way she put it, boring. Yes. Obviously, it's not boring.
Now let's talk about this year's theme. This is a program I celebrated every year, right? Every 1st November of the year. And this year's theme is celebrating a good cause. Tell us more on that.
Well, the celebrating a good cause, like what I've just mentioned earlier, even for those people that are not vegan, if you look at the healthy food pyramid, we have different levels. in the healthy food pyramid. When you check the overall composition of a healthy food on a plate, you will see that animal-based product is less than 30% there for a healthy living. So promoting the vegan diet is actually promoting a healthy cause. One of the major things that people look at as a challenge is the point that people look at the vegan diet, it's devoid of animal proteins. And animal proteins are basically, when you look at protein content, they are basically of high protein value. They are not lacking in essential amino acids.
Okay.
So people say that, okay, if I have to live on vegan diet or vegetarian diet, as the case may be, I will be running deficit of certain amino acids. But nature also balanced states that the legumes that we eat are rich in certain essential amino acids, but deficit only in essential amino acid called methionine. But the cereals, your rice, your wheat, your millet, your all kinds of grains, they are not deficit in methionine, but deficit in the other essential amino acid. So when you combine the legumes and the cereals together, like eating rice and beans, if you have a cup of rice and then you bring half cup of beans together, you will make up that deficit as a vegan or as a vegetarian. What you need to do is you have your tuwo shinkafa, which is from rice. Of course, ensure that the rice is whole. You can even do with polished rice. And then you have your okra. You can add some granuts. The granuts makes up for. You can add your what we call the locust beans in the okra. You can add your oil, any kind of oil, as long as it's not plant-based.
From this explanation, she has really
you add all this,
to balance it up.
Put them together. And
It's the meat for me.
That is why we have to say it slowly.
Made into meat. Yes.
What? What can be made into?
Yes. Soya beans
Yes, you can
made into meat. Our what's it called?
I'll give it a try.
That's what they call awara. Yes.
When you are done eating the food, you can eat your soya, you can eat your tofu, and make soya
Tofu.
You can also make what this granite cake.
Okay.
The granite cake. What's it called again in Hausa?
Kuli.
Okay.
Come in there into the soup.
Well,
so while you're eating, you are having that bit.
Okay. Take a bit, bite a bit.
Wow. Okay, as we celebrate the day, as we promote World Vegan Day, in your word of advice before we let you go, because we know you are convincing us already.
No, she has convinced us already.
Convinced all of us, people that are watching, your final word before we let you go as we celebrate World Vegan Day.
Oh, well, it's a lifestyle and more like a more healthy lifestyle, because when you live a life of eating animal source products, it has its own drawback. But in living the vegan lifestyle, you must know one major part of food and health is to be able to diversify. Variety is very key. If somebody say I'm a vegan and you are just on vegetables, you won't have everything that it takes.
Okay.
So it has to do with the combination of the different kinds of food, choosing the plant option.
Wow.
And even if you have to do with the animal product, like I said earlier, in the food pyramid, just less than 30% is from animal products for you to be able to live a healthy lifestyle.
Wow. Thank you so much. This information
is getting more and more interesting.
Where you have 70% of the food, like what you see in a regular Nigerian place. You see people go to a place and bring one full chicken, and then they're having a drink, or they bring a full chicken and then they have small food, and they said it's because they're watching
the weight.
They don't want to have a lot of calories. Remember, the animal-based foods are rich in cholesterol, especially the bad cholesterol, and they also can have contraindicated when it comes to cardiovascular diseases. It is sodium, and they're very low in fiber.
Okay.
Deborah.
She has
My
convinced us
word
already.
is
Bagam.
majorly
Okay.
sparingly you can do animal source products.
Okay.
But
Oh, there's a but.
major part of our diet should be from plant-based.
Thank you so much.
Well, I'm sure our viewers have heard that
Yes.
our major source of food should be plant-based.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Eze Ngozi Nena. She is a nutritionist at the FCT Primary Health Care Board in Abuja. Thank you so much for coming
Thank
through.
you so much.
And we
We
wish
appreciate
you
your
a
time.
successful celebration today. And let me just tell you now, you've been able to convince
And not confuse
us.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thank you for making me know that it's actually not boring,
Yeah,
but it can be interesting depending on how you make your meals. Thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate it.
Thank
Well,
you.
the program is still Good Morning Abuja. The program continues shortly. Don't touch the dial.